Connect with people. People with strong and vast social relationships tend to be happier, healthier, and live longer. Close relationships with family and friends provide love, support, meaning, and boost our feelings of self-worth. Wider networks bring a sense of belonging. So taking action to strengthen our relationship and develop connections is essential for happiness. Our connections with others are at the heart of happiness, theirs and ours. Whether these connections are with our partners, families, friends, neighbors, or work colleagues, they all contribute to our happiness. Scientists acknowledge the central importance of relationships for our well-being and our happiness. Many studies have shown that both the quality and quantity of social connections have an effect on our health and longevity, as well as our psychological well-being. Not having close personal ties poses the same level of health risk as smoking and obesity. Having a network of social connections or high level of social support seem to increase our immunity to infection, lower the risk of heart disease, and reduce mental decline as we get older. Close, secure, and supportive relationships are the most important for our well-being, either with our husband, wife, partner, relatives, or friends. Research has shown that it is the quality of our relationships that matters the most. This is influenced by experiencing positive emotions together, being able to speak openly and feel understood, giving and receiving support, shared activities and experiences. Just as relationships are a two-way thing, it seems the link between happiness and relationships is too. Not only do relationships help to make us much happier, but also happy people seem to have more and better quality relationships. So working on our relationship is important for happiness, and working on our happiness is important for our relationships. That's a win all round. Naturally, we are social creatures, and it makes sense that relationships are vital to our happiness. The survival and evolution of the human race has depended on it. Certainly, some eminent psychologists and biologists argue that contrary to the well-known selfish gene theory, it might be the survival of the group that is probably the most successful in evolutionary terms, even if the genes of its members are unrelated. It does look like we are wired for relationships. Think of emotions and behaviors such as love, compassion, kindness, generosity, gratitude, smiling and laughing. Or how hesitant we generally are to break bonds with people and how painful it is when we do. Our need to feel connected with other people, to love and be loved, and to care and be cared for is a basic human need. Some experts argue that the ability to love and be loved as well is the most important human strength. As well as our close relationships, all of us have wider connections with people across the distinct circles of our lives, at work, in our communities, or through our social activities. Even though these relationships are less deep, they are also important for happiness and well-being. Having diverse social connections predicts how long we are going to live and can even impact how resistant we are to catching colds. Our wider social networks give us a sense of belonging and influence how safe and secure we feel. Developing connections in our local community contributes to our own happiness and that of those around us, allowing our communities to flourish. New research suggests that happiness is contagious across social networks. Our happiness depends not just on the happiness of those in our direct social networks, but also on the happiness of the people they know too. To put it differently, happiness ripples out through groups of people like a pebble thrown into a pond. We can help to create happier communities by doing what we can to increase our own happiness and also being conscious of the impact our behaviors has on others. Even seemingly small, incidental interactions such as a friendly smile or act of generosity can make a big difference to ourselves, the people we interact with, and the people they affect too.